Alrighty, so just before we go to lunch, I want to introduce Brian Jenkins of i1Tesla. So I think that mic is that one still on? Hit the button. Alrighty. So I've been following Brian's channel for, I don't know, a long time now.
2018 is when I started.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, there's so many YouTube channels out there. I don't follow all of them.
It was. I think it was a requirement when you bought a Tesla in 2018. You had to start a YouTube channel.
You had to start a YouTube channel. Yeah, I started mine in 2013. I think there was me, there was Bjorn Neeland, and a guy called K-Man Auto, if you remember back in the day.
Oh yeah.
That just got too much work, so I don't. I admire you guys that kept it up. So you live in North Carolina?
Yes, just north of Charlotte, North Carolina. Came down here for this event. Thanks for inviting me.
You're welcome.
Great. The weather's a little bit better here.
And your wife is here, Karen,
Yes,
recovering from her accident in your
Yes.
Plaid when she was rear-ended.
She got rear-ended in May of this year. She got hit 55 miles an hour. She was stopped, and our Plaid Model S was not totaled out. All the safety features took over, and she was fine. I mean, she had a concussion, but the car was fine, not totaled. Didn't hit the motor, so the battery is crazy.
Cool, good stuff. And I've watched you over the last few years just do some crazy things to your cars.
Yes,
but every week you seem to
a little bit, not that crazy. I'm not gutting my car apart and going racing, but I do customize my car quite a bit. Try new products, test things out, wrap the cars. Different than what Blake does. But,
yeah, I mean, I've got my car wrapped, but you take it to another level. You
I'm more
turned it into an off-road vehicle and then got bored with that.
Yeah, my Model Y is a 2020 Model Y. I got it in March. It was one of the first ones. It's been 409, and I've gone from taking it right to the racetrack right when we picked it up, and then lifted the car, went to Moab, and went off-roading with the car, scratched it up a little bit, and then now it's sitting on airbags, sitting on this side. And it's totally different cars. So it's been 3 different cars for me, and I think that's why I still have it.
And then you also have had like 17 different screens in the car. It seems like every week there's.
Well, I test a lot of parts, a lot of products, and everyone likes different things on their cars. They don't like to walk out and see 4 blue Teslas and they don't know which one's theirs. So I don't have that problem ever. And so that's what the fun part about customizing the car is and making it your own. And it's fun.
So you've obviously gone on a journey. You're not a professional auto mechanic. You don't none of that stuff.
Nope.
So I've seen you take things apart. How nerve-wracking is it when you start cracking open panels in the car and running wires and things?
The car is put together like Legos. That's what I figured out. Everything just pops off and goes right back on. You just got to, it's scary when you pop something. And then you realize, oh, it's designed to pop like that.
Because it seems to take a lot of force to get some of those panels
Yes,
off.
I only have a couple clips broken in my car. There's only a few. But everything goes back together for the most part. I haven't had to buy extra parts on things, except I do need to replace my roof. My glass roof was broken. That was my fault.
How did you break your roof?
Before I went to California, I drove all the way to California for a Tesla event. I was lifting the headrest off the seat, and you're not supposed to do that. Tesla doesn't allow you to do that easily. Well, I didn't remove it completely, and I lifted the seat or motorized the seat forward to get something underneath it, and it forced the headrest through the glass. It just shattered it quite a bit. It's over there. You can see it. It stayed together. I put vinyl over it, and it was fine for the drive. And
how much is a new glass roof?
Body shop told me installed was like $1,900.
Ooh.
So I'm kind of waiting a little bit.
So you're not going to make that mistake again.
Yeah. It's an expensive mistake.
Yeah. So anything that you still want to do to your cars, what can we expect in the future?
Well, I just wrapped it. So
wait
a couple months. It might be a different color.
How many times have you wrapped that car?
That one's been wrapped 5 times. It's 2.5 years old. 5 times. I have a problem. But this is like a support group. It probably will change, but I'm going to wrap my wife's car. Now that it's out of the body shop, it's been 2 months. I can wrap it. You're not supposed to wrap fresh paint, so I'll wrap it again.
Yeah, and you do a lot of hand show stuff, I've noticed.
Yes.
Have you got other suppliers or other manufacturers?
I partnered with Hand Show. They they make their own parts and they resell parts from other people, but it's a good company that sells things at a good price. So that's why I have all those screens in my car and trying them out, kind of trying it out, guinea pig for you guys, and see if you like it, see what you like on the videos, and it's some are good, some are not.
Yeah. And we've got a number of our sponsors out there who
Yes.
specialize in wrapping
Yes.
cars, and they're very
Signature
good at
wrapper,
it. You do it yourself.
I do wrap cars, kind of myself. I'm very choosy who I wrap, but I wrap 3 to 4 cars a month. It's not easy. It takes 4 to 5 days to wrap a car. So that's taking the car apart, cleaning it. Prep work is everything, just like painting a car. So
Yeah.
I enjoy the process. I used to be a carpenter before Tesla stuff, so I enjoy the creativity of it.
Okay.
So
And we don't really have a session today about wrapping or anything like that. So do you just want to talk very briefly? I know you've discussed this in some of your videos about the difference between paint protection film and a wrap, and then some of the newer wraps that do both.
yeah, there's a paint protection film, which a lot of people have on there. It's in the name, protects your paint. It's thick plastic, and it's very good for the front of the car because the front bumper is a magnet for rock chips and bugs. So that is a great thing to do on the front half of the car. But if you want some protection but change the color of the car, that's when vinyl comes into play with that. And there's some thicker vinyls now that kind of do both. And you can go from not being just a blue or red car to something crazy like a green, or there's a chameleon car out there I saw. And you know, it still protects the car, but not as much as paint protection film. I did wrap a guy's car up in Charlotte, and the day after he picked it up, someone rear-ended him in a parking lot, scratched the front bumper, and actually 2 days later, someone hit the back bumper too. So I had to replace both, but it was regular 3M material and no scratches on the paint whatsoever. And so it did its job.
And some new films that seem to be like thicker wraps that do both.
They're kind of new. I've tried a couple of them, and I would stick with brand name stuff.
Okay.
For now.
Yeah. So the Test Bros guys at the back of the room, they're specialists in these types of films. And if you want to have a conversation with them and learn a little bit more about that.
They make it more easy for everyday people to just put it on there. There's good instructions with them, and great stuff for interiors of the car.
Yeah, so if you want to take a crack at it
or
yourself, those guys, and if you don't, there's Brian himself who does it for a select clientele. And these people can't count as select clientele.
Well, you can come up to Charlotte. I had someone come out from Dallas and Indianapolis, so.
Yeah, or you can speak to Mojo and the Signature Customs folks. So there's the other guys out there can do that. So anybody that has their car wrapped and wants to show it off a little bit and get Brian to take a look at it. If you haven't already, move it into the parking lot on this side. Brian's going to take a wander around. We'll take some photos. We'll get a drone up and get some shots. And then I don't know what the prize is, but we've got a couple of prizes for whatever Brian thinks is worthy of it. And obviously, if you want to get any questions with Brian, we've got a break for lunch, so you guys will get a chance to eat. But if you've got any questions for Brian, he'll be around all day. So, ladies and gentlemen, Brian Jenkins.
Thank you.